Okay, Bloodthirst ended. I'm sure at some point we'll figure out what Bloodthirst does. I actually probably put an icon up here that I didn't see, so. Buff, Patron, generates 10 labor every 5 minutes while online and 5 labor every 5 minutes while offline. Max labor 5,000, bestows 5 loyalty tokens daily for logging in. Increases XP gain plus 10%. Oh, nice. You get 10% XP gain for being a patron. That's nice. Allows item to be listed on the auction house. Man, I'm starting to wish. I'm already kind of thinking, ah, man, I really want to get patron. But we'll see. Again, I'm curious what you guys think. Now, keep in mind, if I find the restrictions too much and I'm just not enjoying the game because I'm not patron, then I might, you know, just go ahead and do it. But this doesn't mean I don't care about your opinion. A sword, a Nadachi. I have not a clue what that is, and a staff, which I presume is a caster weapon. I have no idea what a Nadachi is. Let's go with a sword. That's probably a one-handed sword, though. Let's go ahead and grab the Nadachi. We're low level, so who cares? It might be like a shield. Oh, it looks like a shield. No, no, this is an actual shield, you idiot. All right. All right, so we got an item. Where is it? Nuani staff. Nadachi. Okay. Now, normally, if you find an unidentified item, you have to use labor points to identify it, but they changed it so that quest items, you can actually use identify those without using labor points, which was a nice change.
Right-click an item in your bag to automatically equip it on your character.
It is a two-hander. Yes, we got lucky because I totally have no idea what that is. How many of my fellow nerds are like, oh my god, I do not know what the Nadachi is. You've hand in your nerd card. And I play a lot of D&D too. Oh well. So let's go over here. Climb the rough bark pine to collect Jenny's doll. Oh, okay. I don't really know why you've been putting your dolls in trees, but... Oh, nice. Can I sprint up the tree? No. That seems like it would not be wise. Alright, let's find her doll. See? Open world, baby! I can climb trees. I can zoom out a bit more, too, as well. I haven't been reading the chat. I'm sure it's amazing. Let me move it a little bit out of the way. Jeez, who put her doll up here? If you had read the quest text, you'd know. Yeah, I know. I don't want to join a raid. You're level 5. You're experienced enough. Let's go kill Lagsmark, the destroyer. No, no, thank you. I'll stick with these bears. Thank you very much. I like the arrows at your feet too that show you where the quests are. That's nice. But I will keep missing them despite me just saying that. So I also like hotkeying everything. Like I love when I click an item in your bag to equip it. Oh right, you know that. This ain't my first radio. Radio? Great. Again, I apologize for that weird graphic glitch where it's kind of spazzing out when I run. Little Jenny's father. Oh, you mean Miles, the monolith researcher. What am I doing? Reading the quests. Insanity. Yeah, I really hate being that guy. The guy who's not reading the quests. He's gonna just click, click, click. Just give me to the murder. Yeah. I really hate being that guy. But at the same time, and I talked about this in my beta videos. By the way, those of you who watch or watch at least some of my demonologist, I think it was demonology? Yeah, demonologist. Alpha 4 videos. Welcome back. Thank you for watching, or continue to watch. I appreciate your viewership. But yeah, I've mentioned that I've totally forgot what I was talking about. Damn it! Oh, in MMOs, I have a completely different mindset. When I play an MMO, I just want to kill. I want to log in. I want to level. I want to just do whatever I want to do. I'm not interested in the story. Guardians, okay, we gotta kill the Guardians. I just want to kill shit. When I play an RPG, like a regular single player RPG, not the case. I am interested in the story. I want to read about it, learn about it, figure out how all that stuff works. How do you trip an earth elemental? How does one kill that which has no life? But yeah, I just want to get in, I want to kill, I want to level, I want to craft, I want to do this, I don't want to do that. I don't want to read quest tags. Now, if the the caveat to that is if the game has voice acting, like Star Wars Galaxies, Star Wars Old Republic had. That I'm down with. Like I'm cool to listen to the quests being read to me. But and again, I've played a lot of old school RPGs. I have to read all the time, so it's not that I don't like to read at all. Again, just totally different mindset when I come into an MMO. I mean, does anybody else feel that way? Is that just me? And I'm not talking about if you don't ever want to read the text. I'm talking specifically that in MMOs you don't like to read the text. So again, I'm curious how you guys feel as far as that goes. I need to kill one more Guardian. Oh, this is a daily quest. Daily quest can be forwarded once a day. How odd. Well, where do you get the name daily quests then? How does that factor in? But yeah, and again, anyway. So it's going to be a long journey. I absolutely plan to get to level 50. No matter how I do this, patron or not. I definitely plan on getting the 50. I want to explore various aspects of the game. I'll probably try the PvP a bit. I will probably... Oh, let's cut this tree down. Oh, there's somebody put that there? Whatever. It doesn't say it's owned by someone, so...
You need labor points to gather, mine, craft, and perform other vocational activities.
And this is where the labor system comes into play. Labor system is very interesting. What I find what I find really odd about it is that even patrons have to deal with labor points. They get more and they have a higher cap, but it's still something that they have to deal with. I don't know if I really can agree with that. Again, I think it's too early to make a full judgment call, but I don't know. It's just it's a very interesting way of trying to get you to switch to a monthly model, because obviously they want you to either pay by month or spend money elsewhere. Damn, doing good damage so far. Ooh, my skills upgraded, charge and overwhelm. Nice. I don't think I got any more skill points, did I? No, I'm still kind of think about that offline. And by think about it offline, let's be honest, I really mean probably read some other strategy guides. Once I kind of get a better feel for the class and how the skills interact, I might end up messing around with it myself. And again, you can reset your skill trees, your skill points at a special NPC. Also, what's cool is that you can completely get different trees. So if at some point I was like, you know what? I don't like it. What is this? Pick up pebble. Okay. Acquired a pebble. Next gen. So if I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do shadow play anymore. I want to swap that out with defense. You can. And I don't quite understand how the leveling of those trees work. I didn't bother doing any of that in the beta just because I didn't have that much time to do it. But I think it's cool. And I know some people have had complaints, valid complaints, I think. Or at least, maybe not complaints, but valid points. What is this quest here? Use the burning heart on the vengeful ghost. Okay. He pounds his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. Nay, I fall into your arms. Golden Plains battle. The Golden Plains are quaking and Halconia. Battle in 5 minutes. I presume that's a PvP thing or maybe a major NPC attacks. I don't know. But yeah, as I was saying, I think a valid complaint that I've heard is when you have a system like this, let's see, a shield, a bow. I'm not going to be using my bow hardly at all. Oh, do I get all of these? Oh, I get all of them. You're an idiot. You know, I saw that in my inventory earlier. I noticed, I was like, man, I didn't notice I got all this stuff, but it's giving you all the items because it knows that people like me are like, I don't know what it does. I don't know the shield. The bow, we'll go ahead and get the bow. Identify the bow. It's a grand bow. It's about same attack speed. Durability is a little bit better. Penetration chance, we get agility and spirit from it, so of course we'll go ahead and use that. Now the loot is interesting, like not the loot L-O-O-T, but the L-U-T-E. The musical instruments are interesting because you can play like songs, and I think different instruments do different things. They give you mana regen or health regen, whatever. And you use them mostly out of combat. Where is it? One thing I don't like is that quest items take up spots in your inventory. I thought we were past that. I thought we were past that game. Apparently not. Where's my loot? Am I completely looking over it? There it is. It looks like a staff to me. Sorry. What do I have now? I would gain intelligence and spirit. Instrument was designed by expert blah blah blah. Restores 10 health to the caster. My current one does 9 health, so a no-brainer. As I imagine most early early quest rewards will be. Holy cow. So to kind of finish what I was talking about before, some people will complain that they don't like that you can just change your skills out like that. That I'm leveling this warrior type and I'm like, you know what? I want to switch to magic, and I switch my skills out after paying whatever NPC that I did to pay. Some people have brought up, again, and I think valid points, that, you know, oh, it feels like you're not, it feels kind of, I'm trying to think of the term. It feels kind of like you're losing value in your character because you're not putting time. Like if I want to be a wizard, you spend all this time to be the best wizard you can be. Oh, looks like we're going to get a cinematic.
A firefly sting. That's what they called the birthmark on your arm when you were a child. But occasionally, it would flare up, producing its own light, and you saw the worried looks it got. Its bizarrely regular shape would gleam on your skin like a torch. You'd never met anyone else with one, and never even heard about anyone else with one. The land of your birth was filled with legends. The library expedition, the 12 adventurers who had found the birthplace of the world. The resulting exodus from Aurora, the northern continent. The settling of what is now Nuya. But in all the legends, there was no mention of anyone with a gold rune-like mark on their arm.
It's the Jesus fish.
It was a perfect anomaly.
I said I was going to read the quest for the main missions. I think I will start doing that. Apologies if you don't like that. It should go pretty quick. I'm not going to read the side quest. Wow, that was some serious jiggle. I'm sorry, I have to be sure. Hey, touch this engraved lodestone to your mark. If you are who I think you are, it should react right away. Why? Why is this? And who are you? I know, I must seem crazy, but hey, you've got a glowing golden birthmark. You know all about Strange. Just do it, and I promise I'll explain everything. Alright, let's go ahead and push it against our birthmark. What could possibly happen? The mark, finally. I can't believe it! Why were you hiding out in a place like Dizarine? Didn't Lucius explain your destiny? I haven't been hiding from anyone. I don't know anyone named Lucius. What are you talking about? How can you not know? Lucius Quinto? The immortal bard? The man of many shapes? Don't you read your history? No, I've never heard of him before. I think you had the wrong person.
When Marion caused the golden mark to flare on your arm, your muscles trembled. Memories flashed dizzyingly before your eyes. It was easy to assume they were your own life, but you soon saw grand cities unlike anything on Nuya. It was as though you were looking out through someone else's eyes. As that person purchased fish in a marketplace, a mirror in a nearby booth reflected her face. A chestnut-haired young woman with milky skin and the refined features of a noble. The memory vanished as quickly as it had begun, leaving you unsteady. You wondered if Marion had caused you to see it, but she betrayed no knowledge of it. You'd always heard that when they died during the destruction of Aurora, the members of the library expedition passed their memories to the survivors of their races. Although time had faded those memories, some especially skilled individuals could recall them. Because the Aurorans passed through the hereafter on the way to safety during the Exodus. It was said that the goddess Nui's memories could be felt especially strongly. before the journey had transformed her to the goddess Nui. She had been a charity-minded noblewoman named Diana. Your golden mark burned. Another memory appeared. A charming, hooded vagrant begging for food.
If you don't believe me, go look at the western monolith nearby. Lucius slew a whole squad of assassins to keep you safe. Assassins here? How do I know you didn't kill them? Do I look like a warrior? The Bloodhands assassinated the Crescent Throne King and kidnapped the princess. Lucius has been stopping their assassins from hunting down people like you ever since. I promise Lucius will explain everything. About your mark, about your past, everything. I don't know what you're talking about, but if a group of Bloodhands has been murdered near my village, the villagers need to know. I'm going to go have a look. Sorry, I promise I'll try not to do that every time, but goddamn. It's just so catchy. I mean, what's not to love about that? But yeah, anyway, going kind of back to what we talked about before. Damn it, another story quest. People don't like that you can... Some people don't like that you can change classes and abilities. Kind of like Final Fantasy XIV with the job system. How you can go from a tank to a caster just by switching out some classes. This Bloodhand duelist is dead, as are his companions. Whoever did this, it certainly wasn't an unarmed girl. Oh, God, I got with the sexism now. Come on now.
Marion spoke of Lucius, which she did often, crediting him with the carnage you saw. The more memories seemed to fill your head. It was clear they were Rihanna's. She apparently used her family's wealth to run a soup kitchen for the city's poor. You saw the smiling vagrant begging for food from the soup kitchen every day. And heard Diana eventually chastise him for being able-bodied, but relying on charity. With a laugh, he handed her 2 tickets to a play in a local theater. As more memories flashed, you shared Diana's realization that this man was Lucius Quinto, a famous playwright. Could this be Marion's Lucius? What kind of playwright could commit such carnage? Especially one who seems so charming.
Oh, those are the most deadly, of course. The charming assassins. You never heard of that? The Bloodhands are sure to blame the local villagers for these deaths. I should warn them and take a Bloodhand glove as proof. I've heard of a wise mage now named Malthus who lives in a nearby village of Wharton. Perhaps he can identify what killed these men. Make a monolith rubbing. Haha. Rub on the monolith. There you go. Rub on those bad textures. Look at that. Look at that. Sexy man. I'm not buying this. Sure, I can buy magic shooting out of your hands and teleporting, but making a mark like that easily? No, I don't care about that. You just happen to have some paper. You've completely destroyed my immersion. Alright, let's head on down. An artifact has appeared at each faction's base. Show your foe's artifact to claim the plains. See, that's one thing I don't like, those messages. I don't understand what the hell they are. And the game doesn't really explain what they are. Wow. I really wish I could figure out what that is, because it is most agitating indeed. But, you know, I'm okay with being able to swap your skills out. As long as there's some kind of fee to pay or whatever, it's fine. And think about it this way. Even back as far as EverQuest 1, people had alts, right? They would just, instead of staying on the same character, they would load up another character that they've leveled in their off time. So, like, you know, you got the DPS, but the raid or the group needs your healer. You just switch characters. In these types of games, you just load up your different skill sets. So I can understand people's complaints about that, but I don't agree with them. I see your point, but I disagree. You scumbag. A favor for Shepherd Liam. Progress 0 of 100. Kill Sheep Ranch bees. Oh god, no, not the bees! Nice. Easy, he's dead. Relax. Hey, stop killing that field dog. What's wrong with you? Leave that dog alone, jerk. Kill sheep ranch bees, shear Liam sheep to collect thick wool. Now, here's another thing I like about this game. A lot of times they'll give you multiple objectives for a quest, and you can decide which ones you want to do. So, for example, in this quest, I can either kill carnivorous bees, shear the wolves.
It's possible to turn in a quest even without finishing all of its objectives. You'll still be paid for it, but will receive a smaller experience reward.
So, kind of the opposite of what I was talking about before. You could turn a quest in early, like if you just want to kind of finish it up and move on, or if you're just having a hard time collecting enough of the item, whatever. I love how you can trip a bee. How do these things work? Video games. Which I don't really see a lot of times that I ever want to do that, but wow. Tearing shit up, son. But anyway, as I was saying before, I can either kill bees, shear sheep, or do both. And the different things give you a different percentage of credit towards finishing that quest. Now, I don't actually know how to shear the sheep here, because normally there's like an item you can use, but you get the idea. So I like that there's multiple ways to finish the quest. I think that's cool.
Target is facing the wrong direction.
I haven't really checked out the two-handed quests here. All right, let's kill an extra bee and see if we can actually go over zealous on this. I don't think we can. I think they actually do call it overachieving, which I think is pretty amusing. But yeah, I really like this idea of moving away from saying, okay, you made this character, well, you're this class forever. I like this move towards, well, you know, you can be a warrior. Okay, now if you spend the money and spend the time, you can switch at, you know, an NPC or whatever. I like that because to me, that lets me get more attached to a single character. Since that one character can switch between classes, I'm not saying, oh, I've got these 5 different characters, because sometimes I want to tank, and sometimes I want to do ranged DPS, and sometimes I want to heal, and sometimes I want to be melee DPS. It lets you keep the same character, and I think that's cool. Always got to get that extra hit in, don't you? Alright, so let's just go ahead and turn this in, because I don't think we can overachieve on this one. I think it tells us the first time that we can. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this so far. Obviously, a little slow to begin with, but... and I know this sounds weird, but I'm really enjoying this. Like, this game hooks me pretty quick. And if you ask me, like, what it was that got me, like, that makes me interested right off the bat, I honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't say, oh, it's this and this that's really makes me enjoy it. The combat so far obviously is simple. We've only got, like, 3 skills. But I guess I feel like the pace is good. I feel like there's a good pace. And again, I'm not reading these because they're yellow exclamations, which means that they are not... story quest. Great graphics, by the way. Looks really good. I'm just kind of showing this off. And again, I know you're on YouTube, so you can't really fully appreciate it because YouTube likes to poop all over everything. But yeah, the game looks great and runs really well. Like right now, I'm running at pretty much everything maxed, just to kind of show you real quick. Oh, my screen resolution is really low. Shit. Well, it must have rechanged it since the beta. So I apologize. There's probably bars or something on the windows. Ugh, I should have checked that before I started. My bad. And I don't want to start it now. Future videos after this one, it will be fixed. But given what I just said, I think I have everything else maxed pretty much. And I'm getting about 80 to 90 frames per second. Now I have a pretty decent machine, to be fair. I've got a GTX 680 and an i7 3770K, I think, is what I've got. But definitely better than WildStar. Like, I don't like WildStar's graphical style, and it doesn't run that well. Not a good combination. I don't know what it is, but Asian MMO studios have some great-looking MMOs that run really well. We could definitely use to learn some stuff from them. What are you doing with a Bloodhand glove? Are you in some sort of trouble? What is it, boy? Where did you find this glove? I found it over there. What are you trying to say, boy? I don't understand. A group of Bloodhand assassins was murdered at the Western Monolith, and I came to warn you. Sir, their armor was still crackling with energy. It was nothing like I'd ever seen. Yes, you're right. I can sense strong residual magic in the glove. The one who killed those men was no ordinary spellcaster. Let's find the cinematic. It'll explain more.
The Bloodhands had been a frequent topic of conversation in Soulsreap for years. They were known as a secretive association of assassins, with dealings at all levels of society. The group's motives were shrouded in mystery. But rumors spoke of religious fanaticism and a plot to rule the Crescent Throne. Blamed for a spate of kidnappings, they became the region's boogeymen.
It's the 4chan
A reason for
of the Middle
children to
Ages.
fear the dark, and for parents to secure their homes at nightfall. Of course, these everyday phobias belied the true horror of the organization. They had allegedly assassinated the last king, and had grown very dangerous and powerful. You wondered if they'd had any historical precedent in Iana's time. However, her memories held no mention of these dark assassins or their trademark crimson gloves.
Malphus. Oh. There's just carrots laying all over the ground. That or giant candy corn. Oh, God, I love candy corn. Best thing about Halloween. Malachi, my instincts are telling me there's more to this than meets the eye. Take this glove east to the Crescent Throne and find General Galvanon. Tell him everything you know about what has happened. General Galvanon? The guards would throw me out. Trust me, they have bigger concerns. Mention my name and show the glove to General Galvanon. Tell him that Lucius Quinto has returned. Also, skip and be merry as you do so, and listen to our quest text. What? Not enough mutton? Oh wait, what am I doing? Do is all I need to care. Do da da da. Oh, teleporting.
Click Remember to memorize your current location. You can then use the Recall Location skill to teleport directly to the location you most recently memorized.
Excellent. Try to make good use of that. Teleporting back to your home base is a great way to save money while you're what? Oh God, I saw this person. I thought they just had a horse head in the back of their thing. It's like, this is old school Godfather shit. Can I run? I can trot with this little donkey in my back. When I played the beta, I played the Asian race. I forget the name that they are in game. They had really cool mounts. They were kind of like the traditional dragons and the parades and stuff. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. But anyway, this is kind of an important quest. This gets us our mount, so I'm going to go ahead and read the quest text here. Is that Renchi's new foal? Give him here, and I'll take care of him. Say, you look like you could use a horse yourself. Would you like to try raising one of your own? The trick is to feed your foal Vita root at just the right time to magically speed up the maturation? Wow, I feel like I am butchering that. Anyway, plant the vital seed I gave you and use it to grow some Vita root. The seeds are enchanted to grow incredibly quickly. It'll only take a few moments before it's ready to harvest. Plant a Vita seed in the public stable. Use one labor to harvest the Vita root once fully grown. Oh, God, it's so hard not to every time. But I know everyone will freaking stop watching this and send me death threats, so I will avoid that. Alright, we're going to plant. So one of the ways that this game is supposed to be more open world is that, again, you can build houses in certain areas. You can have farmland, you can farm, you can go out in ships and be a pirate and attack other players, which is pretty cool. I'm interested in seeing those portions of the game. But so far, I haven't seen the open world section. But, you know, again, I only got to level 20, I think, in the beta, or the alpha, whatever. Alright, looks like it's ready to go. Farming is done very interestingly in this game as well. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Probably not going to play too much longer. I want to fix this resolution issue, and I want to make sure that I'm watching this guy's floating ankles. This should be enough. Ready to raise a foal. Select your reward. Do I want brown, gray, or buckskin? I don't really know what buckskin looks like. Let's go with buckskin. You ready to raise a foal? Go ahead and pick one out. All right, I did. Carefully place the foal on the ground and feed it a Vita root. But remember, accelerating an animal's growth like this is an involved process. You need some water from the well to keep it hydrated and to keep it clean as it sheds seasons worth of fur. You should also interact with it regularly to create a firm bond as its minds develop. When you're done, come talk to me again. Alright, let's go ahead and grab some water from the well. Where the hell did we get this well? Call the news crew! I forget all the quotes from Aqua Tween about the well where Master Shake lives in the well. Anyway, just pretend I just said something really funny and you're like, oh man, I love Aqua Teen. And you're goddamn right you do. Alright, where's my horse? Put my horse on the ground. Oh, I can move stuff around. Shift. Alright, we're not really gonna bother with that. Materialize horse. Alright, we can either F, play with the young animal, or pick up the young animal and place it in your pack. Let's play with him. Hello. Let's throw dirt in his eyes. This is how I play. Feed. Alright, give him some food. That seed, I presume. Can't do anything just yet. One of my concerns is the server I picked. It's one of the new ones they created after the head start. One of the things you absolutely don't want to do. That looks like it's got 3 seconds left and it'll be ready to go. One of the things you do not want to do. We gotta water it. Apparently we give water on its ankles. Wash the baby animal. Aw, isn't that cute? The head is really weirdly large. But yeah, one thing you do not want to do with MMOs, and I cringe whenever I see somebody give this advice. You don't, at the beginning of an MMO, never, I won't say never, but usually do not pick a... we got 1 second left. Play with your young animal. Dance. Dance, magic, dance! But don't ever pick, always pick the most populated server, or one of the most populated servers. Never pick very high. Damn, you got old quick. Now it's like a little too old. We gotta take you out back. You had a good life for about, 10 seconds.
Click the mount icon in your bag to summon it. Drag the icon to your shortcut bar for quicker access. Your mount earns experience when it is summoned, but can't earn experience when in your bag. It earns more experience the farther it travels with you.
Alright, now it's auto assigned it to shift 3, which I'm totally down with. Malachi. I like this color. He looks a little old though. Like, it makes him look like really old. See, already I'm out and I'm only level 7. Thank you, God. I hate when games like really drag that shit out. Like, I want my mount soon. Chop down sturdy trees, alright? Off with you, my little pets. Chop down some trees. But yeah, never pick medium or, God forbid, low pop servers at the beginning. Yes, you might have to deal with queues. Yes, you're gonna have to fight for spots to get mobs and stuff. That's temporary for like a week or two. The long term though, when people leave, those medium pop servers become low or very low and it's hard to find people on it. You can earn
bonus experience by exceeding a quest's objectives.
This is what I was talking about, the overachieve, obviously. But yeah, don't ever do that. Don't. Like in WildStar, I picked one of the, and this is not a great example because WildStar's population dropped even more than for most other games. But I picked a very hot pop server, and if you've watched my Let's Play of it, which you totally should always be promoting, you know that I very rarely ever run into other players. And it's pretty depressing. So you don't ever do that. You always want medium to low pop servers. I mean, I'm one to tend to solo a lot, but I mean, God, there's a reason you're playing an MMO, right? You want to have at least a decent amount of people on the server. So let's go ahead and turn these quests in real quick. Paul broke the pickaxe. This is the 3rd time this week. I suppose if it means repairing the gate, reopening the pass, you better thank me properly next time. All right, I was just reading because I thought maybe he's doing like going to show me how to do crafting or whatnot. But yeah, I definitely want to do the crafting. Number 2, let's go turn this quest in. As you can see, there is player collision, which means that if I walk into a person, they can't block me off, which is important for things like PvP. Actually, that's pretty much the only thing it really matters for the most part. Stable hand, Wyatt. Wow, that's one beautiful horse. I can tell you two have a strong bond already. He'll carry you faster than you could ever move before and gain experience just like you do. Here, take this for your new friend. And remember, if your horse ever becomes injured, just take it to any stable hand. We'll fix it up good as new. You like my slight redneck cowboy draw thing there? No? Okay. Alright, well anyway. And you can actually, I think later on they'll actually help you fight. But sometimes I'll keep him out during a battle just so he levels faster. But because he does unlock abilities and whatnot. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, like my video. Ah, damn it. I'm not screwing out. Anyway, like my videos if you like them. That does help me out a lot. Again, in the comment section below, let me know if you'd be interested. What kind of Let's Play would you like to see for this? Where I go through and do it completely free to play to see how much we can do. Or go ahead and get Patron and really enjoy the game in its fullest. Make sure to follow me on Twitter as well if you would like. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Skill sets. So I can understand people's complaints about that, but I don't agree with them. I see your point, but I disagree. You scumbag.